Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to show you how to make my famous chicken cheese rolls. So many of you ask me how to make these. It's a great dish that you can make for your family, big, small. Bring as a wonderful dish if you're going to a potluck. Well, it just so happens that my parents asked me to make it for them tonight. So I'm like, absolutely, and I'm gonna record. So I'm also going to make a old-fashioned peach cobbler, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So let me show you the ingredients. Here I have a rotisserie chicken, just some spray, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, 2 cans of crescent rolls, some black pepper, garlic, milk, sharp cheddar cheese, and I'm gonna make a side of broccoli for them. And then for the old-fashioned cobbler, I'm gonna use 1 cup of self-rising flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk, a stick of butter, and whatever fruit you would like. Tonight I am doing the peach at my father's request. So I'm going to show you how to make these 2 items. Enjoy a nice dinner tonight at my parents' house. That's where I'm at today. So I'm going to start off with shredding the chicken, and I will get right back to you. Okay guys, so I got my chicken shredded off of the rotisserie chicken, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump 2 cans of cream of chicken soup in a bowl. And then I'm going to take some milk and pour it in to the can of soup mix. It's about a half a can. And I'm just gonna stir it all up and get all the excess cream of chicken off of the sides. And then I also pour it in to the other can and just swish it around. Try to get the maximum amount of chicken soup out of the can. And then it all goes into the bowl. And then I'm gonna open up some sharp cheddar cheese. Shredded cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. This is a 8-ounce bag, and I'm gonna put the whole bag in there because why not? We like a lot of cheese, right? And then I'm gonna put some pepper in here, maybe about a teaspoon. I really don't measure, guys, so I'm gonna put some garlic powder in because I put garlic in everything. Maybe a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. And then I'm going to mix all that together. Okay, so this is what it looks like right here. I could probably add a little bit more milk to this. Maybe like a 1/4 cup more, because I want the sauce to go on the bottom of the pan and over top of the mix. So that looks about right, that consistency right there. Now I have a pan that I pre-sprayed, and then I opened up 1 can of the crescent roll mix, and you can see that they're in triangles. So basically all I do is I take 1 triangle, I just take it apart from that perforated line. Can we see this? Let me see, back it up a little bit. There we go. So I got 1 triangle here, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some chicken, and I'm gonna put some chicken into that triangle, okay? And then I'm just gonna roll it up. So I roll it up towards the top of the triangle, just like that. Now I take some of my mix here, and I'm gonna dump it into the pan. Just a little bit, just to put on the bottom. And like I said, I have a sprayed pan with some Pam, and I'm just coating the bottom of my pan with that cheesy, chickeny mix, and it looks just like that. Then I take my chicken roll and I just start lining them in the pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, and I will be right back. So that's what it looks like right there. It doesn't matter if they're touching, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, it doesn't matter if they're seam side up or seam side down, none of that matters. And then I'm gonna take the rest of my mix and dump it right over the top of my chicken rolls. I want to get all that goodness in there. I'll use a little spatula here. And then I just make sure that they're all covered. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. It's all covered. And I am going to pop these in a 350-degree oven, and I'll let you know how long it takes. Okay guys, remember you're getting a 2 for today. So now I'm gonna put together the old-fashioned cobbler. It's gonna be delicious. It's super simple, super easy. So the first thing I'm gonna do is drop a stick of butter in a Corningware or baking dish. I just happen to be using a Corningware, and I'm gonna pop this in the microwave to melt. Next, I am going to add 1 cup of self-rising flour and 1 cup of white sugar. Then I'm going to take a fork and just incorporate all that together. I like to always mix my dry ingredients separate. It helps with getting everything incorporated evenly in your bowl. Then once I do that, I'm going to add 1 cup of milk and mix that all in together. So now I'm going to put it all together. My only concern is my flour mixture is a little loose. I'm thinking I might want to add a little bit more flour to it, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna trust my memory and see, because it's just a little loose. But I haven't made this in a while, and the recipe's out in the truck. So this is what we're gonna do. So I got my melted butter in here, and then I add the batter right on top of the butter, and you don't mix it. You just add it to the top. Then I just want to get all of this in here. Then what I did is I took 1 can of pie filling, and I took my knife and I just kind of like cut up the peaches in here. And I'm going to drop the pie filling right into the bowl. I'm just going to kind of scatter it around. And this is what I always thought was weird. It's like, why would I put the peaches on the top? I want the crust to be on the top. And I was told, trust the process. So I'm trusting the process. I'm going to get all those peaches in there. Just like that. And then because I want it really peachy, I'm going to take a can of sliced peaches, and I dump some of the juices out, and I'm just going to drop a few more peaches in here because I like a lot of peaches. I like a lot of fruit and my cobblers. There we go. Now if you want, you could have added cinnamon to this or some cloves to it. My dad is not a big cinnamon fan, so I'm not going to put cinnamon on it. And then this is it. This is what it looks like. And then when I take the chicken out, I'm going to pop this in for at 350 degrees. And I'll tell you how long it takes when it's done. So I'll be right back. The chicken is done. Doesn't that look amazing? So it's nice and golden brown on top. That's what you want. It took about 45 minutes, and I did bump it up to 375 because I was getting impatient. If you watch it, you'll be good. So now what I did here is let me get the camera here. There we go. I steamed some broccoli and I just put it in a bowl, and then I love butter on my broccoli. So I heated up some butter, and I have some garlic in here and some pepper, and I'm just gonna drizzle that over top of the broccoli. Make sure I get all those spices in there, just like that. And then, listen guys, I live in an Italian household. You gotta have olive oil. Olive oil goes on everything. So I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna toss everything in, just like that. And then I'm gonna plate it up and serve it. Doesn't that look great? They can add their own salt. I don't usually cook with a lot of salt because I'm so used to cooking for big crowds of people. Some people like salt, some people don't like salt, some people like... I try to make it to where it's versatile so they can make it the way they like it. So now we're just gonna plate it up and I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll be done. There you have it, guys. I'll cut into it for you to show you what it looks like, and then I will get back with you once the cobbler is done. So there we go. You got the chicken, you got the croissant, you got the cheese, you got the broccoli, and it smells amazing. Stay tuned because we still got the cobbler in the oven. Okay guys, my family's watching TV, so I'm just gonna show you what my peach cobbler looks like, and look at that. You can still hear it sizzling. Got a nice crust on it, and it smells delicious. So I'm gonna plate it up, serve it with some ice cream, and we're gonna enjoy. Have a great night, guys.